It's alive! And it's delicious. Okay, so I might be getting a teensy bit excited about Maggie Gyllenhaal's upcoming Frankenstein flick, The Bride! Exclamation mark, but for very good reason. For a start, look no further than that title. It's got an exclamation mark in it, for goodness sake. Without needing to know anything else, it's clear this film is going to be vampy, campy, and unafraid to take itself too seriously. And for that, I love it. Now, admittedly, brazen punctuation in a features title can end up consigning it to the medical waste bin of failed film experiments, but all signs point to there being plenty of life in this monster movie. That's if it even is a monster movie at all. A cursory glance at other films to incorporate a titular exclamation mark, Airplane, Mamma Mia, Moulin Rouge, Oliver, tend to suggest it could have a sewn on foot firmly in the comedy/musical camp. And there are certainly enough carousing musical numbers dominating the trailer to send us in that direction. But I'm getting a severed head of myself. Instead, let's go back to the origin story, and they don't come much more original or revered than Mary Shelley's Gothic masterpiece, Frankenstein. Now, if you're struggling to remember when exactly the titular bride, exclamation mark, pops up in the 19th century original, well, that's because she doesn't. We had to wait until James Whale's 1935 classic Bride of Frankenstein for her first appearance. And even then, she's limited to little more than a cameo at the end of the film. Sheesh, what does a reconstituted, reanimated monster bride have to do to get a break around here? Well, Maggie Gyllenhaal and awards darling Jessie Buckley are here to reset the balance, breathing new life into the character and finally giving the Bride of Frankenstein her own vehicle. And it turns out that that vehicle is a classic car, as the bride, exclamation mark, and her monstrous lover set out on a Bonnie and Clyde-esque cross-country crime spree in 1930 Chicago. My wardrobe very much approves. There's much more to the film than that though. Christian Bale gallivanting about in 6 hours worth of petrifying prosthetics, for one thing. He plays the original monster, here rechristened Frank, in a move that's sure to rile the literary purists. Oh, but the monster's not called Frankenstein, that's simply his creator's name. Yeah, you try telling that to a 150-year-old undead dude just trying to find love in a depression. Instead, after a century of solitude and loneliness, all Frank dreams of is a lack of soulmate. And because there's nowhere in the 1930s for a lovelorn weirdo to find a match, that would of course come much later with the introduction of things like Tinder. He turns to Annette Bening's Dr. Euphronius to make him one. Thus, Jessie Buckley's bride, exclamation mark, is reborn. Her path set on a journey of self-discovery, retribution, and some amazingly choreographed dance sequences. For all her recent success, you can't say Buckley is in danger of getting typecast anytime soon, drifting effortlessly from Hamlet to the hammed-up undead with nary the merest flutter of a heavily cold eyelash. It's a supernatural feat in itself. She and Bale seem to have approached the film with the kind of hyped-up, electrifying enthusiasm that seems entirely fitting for a couple of reanimated corpses just hell-bent on changing the world. And with a supporting cast that includes director Maggie Gyllenhaal's husband, Peter Sarsgaard, brother Jake Gyllenhaal, and even her own children, you know this is the type of family affair where everyone is fully committed to the project, no matter how dark, dancey, or downright deranged it gets. So, is it a monster movie? Well, perhaps, but also I suspect not in the way you might initially think. With an agenda that includes fighting female oppression and pushing for societal change, we may yet discover that the real monsters in this movie aren't Frank or the bride, exclamation mark, after all. He's deep. The Bride springs into life from the 6th of March, and to be frank, you'd be a fool to miss it. And in the meantime, why not check out some of our podcasts or other cineopsies? In fact, I'm going to be doing a podcast about this very film very soon. We'll see you there.